All right. So this day is somewhat of a lazy day or a low energy day. And that is something I feel inspired to speak about is when we are feeling inert, when we are feeling heavy, when we are feeling sluggish, can we meet that with grace? Can we? Because I want to. Whenever there is laziness or sluggishness experienced, I want to meet that with grace. Not because I should, not because I read somewhere that is the best thing to do, but because I intuit that that is the best thing to do. Essentially, because I want to do this. And so, whenever I'm feeling lazy, I want to let it be. As cliche as that sounds at this point, I want to let it be. So this is that kind of day. I'm feeling extremely sluggish. I'm feeling extremely low on energy. I look good. I don't know why. I have suspicions, but I feel sluggish. Feel sluggish. Yeah. It's let's be with this. I choose to be with this because I want to, not because I should. I choose to be with this sluggishness. I choose to embrace it. Embrace the fact of its existence. Embrace the truth of it being present. The sluggishness is actually present. It is here. I do feel low on energy. I do feel lazy. I do feel inert. I feel heavy. I feel sluggish. And that's the truth. That is just true right now. That is just true right now. And I want to honor that. So let's honor it together, shall we? This is the last thing. A common or stereotypical productivity coach would encourage you to do is to honor your sloth, is to honor inertia when it is present. And that is something that I understand. I understand that. I don't need to agree with it, but I understand that. I do not need to form a position. I do not need to be this way versus that way. I do not need to make a brand. I do not need to make a brand out of my channel. See, my accent is slipping off. I'm a Russian speaker, by the way. I do not need to make a brand out of my channel. Promoting the kind of wellness where all you do is go to spa and do yoga and meditate in nature and surf on the beach. I do not need to do that. I do not need a brand. I do not need a label. I do not need a position or an ideology. There is genuine laziness being felt right now, and I'm just being honest about it. Exactly as it is. So let's put all the mental masturbation aside and be with it. It's interesting how the more you fight a lack of energy, the more you protest lack of energy, the more energy you lose, the more you get drained. There's a little bit more energy right now being felt. A little bit more, to my genuine surprise. Mm. There is a lot of noise in the mind, but there is something underneath that noise. There is something behind that noise. And that is way louder than the noise could ever be. That is infinitely louder than the noise could ever be. That is the birthplace and the burial ground of the noise, of the sound, of the music. So exquisite. I'm not even sure what exquisite means, but I totally felt like saying it. And by the way, I feel way more energy now. Way more. And God is great. God is beautiful. You do with your laziness whatever feels right to you, whatever you choose to do with it. You know, that's a disclaimer for all of you out there, the skeptics. So what am I supposed to do then? Just be lazy, like not do my work, not do my job? Huh? Is that what you're preaching? Yeah, bro. Calm it down. Calm it down. What I'm doing is honestly sharing my experience. That's all I'm doing. And if you somehow happen to feel dissatisfied by that, then get the fuck out of here. Okay, there is way less sluggishness right now. You know what? I actually need to put some rice out there for the birds. It's a bit of a rainy day and they're having a hard time. So I need to treat those motherfuckers. See you soon. Alright. The birds may feel free to feed, as I've shared some rice for them. I don't think that's grammatically correct, but I don't mind that. So there is definitely sluggishness still present in the system, in the body. There is still a certain degree of inertia present in the body. But I feel way more energized than I did in the beginning, shooting this, filming this. I don't like the word shooting. We're not doing this here or this. We're doing this and this. That's what we're into. But if you come doing this, if you come and do, if you try and do this when we are doing this, we'll give you this. So watch out. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, you've made a video complaining about how lonely you feel, and have you actually got any friends? No, I ain't got friends. Okay? You got me. You got me there. I'm getting the Joker vibes from this. Feeling very sad and laughing. Yeah. And another thing I've noticed is when I'm being silly and when I'm joking, being silly. When I'm joking whilst being silly. When I'm in a silly mood, I tend to not want to put those videos out where I'm being silly. It's very true. So either I'm going to have to edit this and cut out the silly part. Or I'm going to paste it as it is, or not paste it at all. You know? I don't know right now. And honestly, I don't care to know. I don't care to understand. I mean, that is definitely self-censorship. Not allowing yourself to be silly on camera. That is a form of self-censorship. And self-censorship may take many forms. This is one of them. Do I want to be self-censoring? I don't know. It depends on the moment. Some things just feel off to say. Some things just feel out of place, and I guess for me, being silly, specifically being silly, not just being humorous, because I can be that. But being silly for me is a very for me, it's a very intimate experience. I feel safe to be silly. Mostly around people that I feel closeness with. I don't do that. Okay, this. I'm speaking out of my mind now. Okay.